Rymus, or Rymus, I don't fucking know how to say his name, Zeno, who is the supreme creator in the Dragon Ball universe. Now, for those of us that's been watching all of Dragon Ball, we know that when Super first came out, we was told by the God Destruction, by Whis, by the Grand Priest, that Zeno was the ultimate creator. He created everything, the God's instructions, the Kais, you name it, everything. Fast forward, we hear the story from Supreme Kai that Rymus was the supreme creator of all of the universes, right? And a lot of people took that and ran with it. Now, I'm the type of person I tend to listen more before I give my assumption on things. And let me be the first one to say that I think a lot of people took that out of context. When you think about the demon realm, it's its own realm, right? It's its own universe, so to speak. When you think about the actual universes, okay, and the creations inside the universe, then you gotta look at Zeno. You guys ever fucking watch Marvel and you know about the one above all and then the one below all? They're like the yin to the fucking yang. This is somewhat the same, but not exactly the same. Now, I know some of you are gonna try to read between the lines and go, hey, well, Rymus is like the good God, like he's the creator where Zeno destroys. I have read all of that too, okay? However, that hasn't been said in the grand scheme of things. We can't sit there and say that, especially when we were already told that Zeno created all the gods of destructions, and then all the angels was paired with the gods of destruction. Like he was the supreme creator. Even in Super, the supreme Kai was like, this is Lord Zeno. We never heard of a Lord Rymus. Never. And I think that he is more confined to the demon realm. He's the one that say, hey, this demon realm, we need this king, this, that, and the third. Right? I think he's the overseer of the demon realm. Right? Now, if he created the Kais, then that contradicts what we was told in Super. So that's the disconnect. This is one of the things where you're trying to make a story fit that doesn't make sense. Because we was told that the Kais was fucking born from a tree. What we was told in Super that Zeno created everything. So that means he created that tree too. And maybe when the Kais was born, Zeno put Rymus in charge and say, hey, you oversee the Kais and set them here, 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 and here. And with each Kai, I will give a God destruction. And they're linked together. The Kais create, the God destruction destroy. That makes more sense. A lot of sense than saying that, oh yeah, Rymus, he's the creator and Zeno's the destroyer. That ain't what we was told. Just because we haven't seen him create anything doesn't mean that he hasn't. Because obviously, if he got the power to give life and create life, then he has the power to destroy it. Then I seen where he got the two guards right there to keep him in check, and the Grand Priest to keep him in check. Maybe Rymus need to keep Zeno in check. If Zeno can kill everything, why do he need the angels to keep him in check? So that's what I'm saying. Putting this name and this God in here throws off the balance of things. It throws off what we was already told. And you're retconning a story just to make something fit that really doesn't have to even be in there. But I understand that it makes more sense for Supreme Kai to tell his story and to tell what he knows to make it go, okay, well, that's some interesting shit. However, when we was told one thing and then you're retconning to make something else fit, it causes a whole different world of confusion. A ton of it. We seen Trunks' timeline get eradicated in Super. Zeno wiped it out. Is Rymus going to redo that whole timeline? Or is that timeline no longer exists? We know Trunks went to another timeline, maybe a few years before Black Goku. If I recall, I think he did went a few years before Black Goku to kind of to throw off some shit. But the timeline that was eradicated, is Rymus going to re-put it back into place? Or do it no longer exist? See, those are things that you have to ask yourself. Did it make sense to put this guy in here to try to make a story fit that does need to be told? It would have been more better to mention Zeno. But Goku, this is before Super. So if you mention any name, and this is why they had to give a god name, if you mention any name from Super, right, and Daima, that means Goku has some knowledge of them before going to Super. So if he would have mentioned Zeno, then Goku would be like, who's Zeno? He's the supreme creator. So you have to put this name in here. They could have told this story out. They all do say, well, the Gil is a tree that made the Kais. Well, who made the Demon Realm? Well, Rymus made the Demon Realm. Who's Rymus? He was a guy that was appointed by the ultimate Demon King. Well, where did Demon King come from? See, you're going to an endless pit. Especially we know that Zeno created every fucking thing. So I would say go off of what we were already told. Zeno created everything. Rymus was Zeno's creation based on the ultimate Demon King putting Rymus in power to create the Kais for the universes, which I still believe the Kais was created by Zeno because Zeno created the glide tree, the glial tree, what the fuck you want to call it, and just go from there. But we would never know now because they had to retcon every fucking thing to make this shit fit. And this is what you get. Now you got sides going with Zeno. I'm a Zeno guy because we were told Zeno first. Of course, you can say, well, they retcon Bardock. They did. Well, they retcon Broly. They did. Well, now they're retconning Zeno. Maybe. Do I like it? Fuck no. I think when you retcon a lot of stuff, you set yourself up for failure. But that's all I got on there. I think we should go with what we were told first. Zeno created every fucking thing. And then the creation that Zeno created Rymus. So Zeno created everything, the heavens and the earth and all that stuff. Then you gotta look at the Demon Kings that was created because of Zeno. And that Demon King probably made Rymus or appointed Rymus to be the overseer and to create the demon realms. And then to appoint Kais that are born by the gliding tree over those realms and set them out into the universes to oversee those universes. But if Zeno created everything, then now you can see how that plays out. Kind of like how God created everything and Adam and Eve, and then Adam and Eve went out and made babies and stuff, and then from them babies you get Abraham, Jacob, all those guys. But each one of those guys had something different that they had to do. That's what I am getting at with all of that. So anyway, hope you all enjoyed. That's all I have. I'm lean to Zeno. Trust Zeno. Don't trust anything else. And we're going to dive more than this on the next live stream. The next live stream will be sometime next week. Most likely, we'll talk more about Vegeta going Super Saiyan 3. The Zeno Rymus fight. Battle, but not fight. Who's the true God? And then we'll hack it out. Open panel. You guys come on. And until next time, it's been your boy, Matner. I'm out. Have a good day. Peace. And happy holidays. Happy early New Year's. Peace.